Hey, I'm finally filming the sketchbook tour that I promised a while back when I just started my channel. I actually wasn't even sure which sketchbooks to use because I have so many, and upon thorough examination, I decided that only the last two are probably worth looking at because I actually keep really shitty sketchbooks and they're not even fun to look through because a lot of them are often writing random notes and just like stuff that I have to do for work, etc. Actually, these ones have quite a bit of that as well, but they do have more drawings on them. So without further ado, I'm going to start with this one. So the stickers that you see on the cover of this sketchbook, I believe I bought from some artist at a convention. I'm trying to remember which convention it was. I think it might have been Anime Boston, maybe. I don't know. I really can't remember, which is a huge shame. I wish that they came with some sort of business card, which I don't think they did, but they're super cute. Just look at them. They're a bunch of birds on motorcycles. If anybody knows who this artist is, please let me know, because I would love to find the rest of their stuff online. I really wish I had asked. Anyways, as you can see, I really like putting stickers on my sketchbooks. They're just really fun to look at. I really like the kind of organized mess, if that makes any sense. Like this one too. These are all my stickers, by the way. They're all available in my shop, and this is a sticker pack that I did of my character Sweet. Anyways, that's completely off topic, but that's one of the first sticker packs that I did, which is why I really liked doing stickers in general, and I think I'll do a lot more going forward, but this was kind of experimental, so they're all different materials and stuff. Really love how it turned out, and yeah. So, oh, there's some more on the back here. Most of these are, I haven't sold these yet, but I am planning to put them together into packs and put them up on my shop next time I reopen it. And I'm planning to have like a closing sale soon, but that again has nothing to do with anything. So back to the sketchbook. All right, so I'm skipping the first few pages because they're just like lists of random crap. Oh yeah, and this is like some plans for the desk that I designed for myself. My brain functions in a really weird way where I make a lot of lists that may seem unnecessary to people, and I tend to put them into my sketchbook. So that's what a lot of that is. But anyways, so here I decided to, I usually kind of use the sketchbook for warm-ups or no, I don't doodle a whole lot for fun, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd like to do that more. But usually it's for the specific purpose of some sort of improvement, or I don't know. I try to do warm-ups and studies and stuff like that. So I made a list of stuff that I want to get better at, and then I actually doodled my character, Sock, which some of you guys may know who that is. I really like how this turned out, actually. It's too bad that there's so much bleeding. But, so, this is the challenge that I decided to take part in, which was Ahmed Alduri's 100 Heads challenge, which ran, like, last spring, I think it was, when this happened. Or was it the spring? Yeah, it might have been before that even. I don't remember. I'm really bad with time. I have no idea how long it's been since I drew this, but anyways, this was a really fun challenge, and he has this whole Pinterest board which he put together for us to use, and it's super useful, and I really encourage you guys to try it. Yeah, so the materials I used for this were this Muji pen, which I use for just about everything. Oh, so close. There you go. Okay, so it's a ballpoint pen, and it's 0.7 millimeters, and it's super thin, which is why I prefer it over most other ballpoint pens. And it's super cheap. I think it's like 99 cents. So usually when I go to Muji, I'll just buy like 10 of these and just use them throughout the year. Yeah, so it's great, and I use it for sketching most of the time. So I used that and a bunch of Prismacolor markers, which, as you can see, make the pen bleed, which is really fun to experiment with. So I suggest using materials that don't necessarily interact with each other in the way that you would expect them to, but to try to make the best out of it anyway. I find that one of the most fun things about art, just experimentation and trying to work with mistakes or whatnot. Some of these faces are pretty wonky, but overall, it was a great exercise. It made me remember the fact that I'm not very good at faces and there is still so much to improve on. So these are just some little thumbnails. This was for an illustration that I was doing, like a live demo for my Skillshare class. Not live, but I went to the Skillshare office to record the class, and I had to draw it in front of the cameras, which was very nerve-wracking, but these were the thumbnails that I did for that illustration. And this is some more faces. I actually had this page turned out. It's pretty neat. Yeah, very fun challenge, and I do think I got a lot out of it, even though when you do a challenge it may not be evident right away if you actually manage to get anything out of it, but I think with time you notice that a lot of things become easier, and it really is due just the mileage, you know. Like, the more faces you draw, the better or the easier it'll get to draw them going forward. So this is another spread from the challenge. I think that's the last one that I inked. And for these ones, I believe I did do an under sketch with purple Prismacolor Colerace pencil, which was a lot of fun, and it's definitely much easier to do a sketch first and then ink over that, which is why the result is much cleaner. But honestly, drawing with a pen for the first few of these was great. Like, you might not get the best results, but it's amazing how much easier it is to draw a pencil afterwards. It feels like cheating using a pencil, you know, because it's so hard to just kind of use a pen to for the entire process. But yeah, and then after that I decided to just go on with a pencil. I wasn't really planning to ink these because the reason why the previous ones kind of look more finished and polished and planned, I guess, is because I was recording these actually. And if you guys want, I can definitely dig up that footage and make videos of that. I mean, at this point it's been years since the challenge, so it's super late, but it might be interesting to see how I went about doing these from start to finish, so maybe I will find it. But yeah, this I was not recording, I don't think. I was just doing it for practice, and as you can see here, there's like much more variety in terms of what the types of faces. So there's like older men, just different shapes, and it was very good for me to do this because I have a ton of weak points when it comes to faces, and older men is definitely one of the weakest points that I have, and especially like different, more rough facial features and things like that. So this was very useful for me to learn from. And I also tried to learn lighting as well, because these were done from, I think these were like sculptures. A lot of these were sculptures, the photos, as from what I can remember. Sculptures are really fun to study from. They really accentuate the lighting and shadows and stuff, so I love looking at sculptures. And there you go, more lists. This is just some standard warm-up type of stuff that I do before getting into the meat of things, aka working. This really helps me a lot. Oh yeah, actually I think I did these for that Skillshare class live on camera, which is why they're wonkier than usual, because I was kind of nervous. But anyways, these are really useful to do, just like couple minute gestures to capture the pose. Yeah. This is a bunch of ideas that I had for merchandise, things that I want to try, and this is some more warm-ups, and I decided to do a little chart of just things that I like. Anyways, And so these are the standard warm-ups that I do with a pen. I usually just do it with a pen without using anything else. And I just find a bunch of, like, a set of poses by the same model on Pinterest, and I do a series of quick drawings. I really like doing these. I think these are most helpful for speed, like developing, just updating your visual library in terms of poses and stuff like that. But more than anything, when you do a lot of these things, you really memorize proportions. Like, it's hard at first, but the more of these you draw, the more natural proportions become. So like, you just know how long limbs are in relation to each other, and it just becomes ingrained. So then later you don't really have to think about proportions. You just know what looks right and what doesn't. So to me, honestly, when it comes to drawing, I seriously value speed. It's like, I mean, obviously skill, that goes without saying, but speed above anything is so valuable, because it's directly related to how much you can make a living. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about how quickly you can draw things. So this is why I like to do a lot of studies and warm-ups like this, because when I spend a lot of time doing this, and then I start doing actual work, I don't even have to find a reference. I just build a certain amount of things in my head, like a visual library, and I'm familiar enough with general proportions that I don't have to look up a reference. And this is purely for time-saving things. Like, it's unbelievable how much time you can save when you don't have to look things up. So I really recommend this type of thing as like a frequent practice in order to learn how to do things faster. This was some ideas for little designs that I was doing for the sticker pack for my character Sweet, and the shirt campaign that I ran with a design of her in the front. I used this one design I chose this design for the shirt, and I used the rest of these for stickers. So as you can see, this one became this sticker over here. Really like how it turned out. It doesn't look that great on this sketchbook, unfortunately, because, you know, there's a lot of dark elements that kind of blend to the background, but I really like how it turned out. And this is that one over here, and this is that one. I just really like this angle, so I added a bunch of other stuff when I was doing the final sketch in Photoshop. And these are some little designs that I did for the sleeve of the shirt. As you can see, I did a shitty little mock-up drawing. And that's how that one turned out. And this one, I mean, you guys can see this. But, I mean, I think it's pretty cool to see how you can turn something into a product. I don't know if you can consider a sticker a product, but for me, stuff like that has always been just really cool. I don't know, it's such a dream come true. Like, I always loved stickers and other things to use when I was a kid, and just discovering the fact that you can make these things yourself for some reason was mind-blowing to me. I don't know why. It still is to this day. So here's another page of studies. Not all of these are studies, actually. I think most of these are, and maybe a couple of the top ones. And then I decided to just continue drawing the same girl, but kind of like fill the space. So you can see here, they kind of fit perfectly in the space, which is why these are just made up poses. Yeah, that's actually a really good exercise as well. To be able to just come up with a pose specifically to fill up a space, because you don't really have to think too hard about what the pose is or what it's trying to communicate. It's more like you give yourself a quick challenge to be able to construct something just to fill a space, and it really helps you reinforce the stuff that you learned, hopefully, from doing the studies, because this is really like the one purpose of this is to just retain information, and that's about it. Yeah, some more studies, notes, and this is about it. And this is the last page of the sketchbook. I really like this one face. This is my character Fiona. I think this is just such an adorable face. And this looks hilarious. So maybe someday I'll draw this of my two characters. Yeah. So that's the end of this sketchbook, and I'm going to move on to the next one. This is the sketchbook that I just finished kind of recently, and I have used it for quite some time. When I get super busy, I don't really have a lot of time to use the sketchbook, and as much as I would really love to have the warm-up thing as a daily habit, and I would love to just do that before working or starting work every single day, I just never get around to it most of the time. And that's something I really want to change, because honestly the differences that it makes is huge. Like if I just jump right into work, essentially what I'll be doing is using the work time to warm up, so I'll be super slow, and then I'll make like the lines just wouldn't be what I want them to be, and then after maybe like an hour and a half things start to get a lot easier. So it's almost like wasting time, because if I spend about an hour warming up, then I jump into work, things go way faster, way smoother. I don't have to redraw things nearly as much. Oops. Can I show this? Yeah, I think I can. It doesn't really have any information. This was for a freelance thing that I did, but I don't think it's traceable, so it's good. And plus, this is just planning that I do outside of the actual work, which was character design, and I had to learn how to draw horses, or relearn how to draw horses. So I did some studies of that just to get myself prepared for what I'm gonna have to draw. Yeah, horses are really, really fun to draw, and they're very difficult to draw also. I have a hard time drawing animals, I find, but that's something I definitely want to address in the future. And by address, I mean I just want to draw more animals. Yes. Some of my characters here on this page, I really miss them sometimes. I always say how I want to rewrite my comic Id Fracture, but I've been putting it off for literally 10 years at this point, which is pretty brutal to admit. But, you know, I am still hanging on to the hope that one of these days. I actually did start rewriting a couple of weeks ago, but I don't even know how to write a script. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to hold myself accountable, and I don't really want to talk about this right now, but it's something that's happening. Anyways, more of my character, a couple of quotes that I liked, and more useless ass planning that nobody wants to see, and lists. Okay, so these couple of pages, I decided to design a sticker set of the dark goth version of Sailor Moon that I did, which was one of my most I guess internet famous images that I did on Instagram. It kind of blew up and went, and people recognized it all over the place, which was kind of cool. So every time I went to a convention and people saw the print, everyone was like, oh my god, I saw this on Tumblr or Instagram or something like that, because it got reposted by so many people. And the coolest thing that happened was actually this cosplay group. I don't remember who they were or any of their names, but they did like a group photo shoot inspired by the poster that I did, the artwork. And it was really cool. Like, it was a super professional photo shoot type of thing, and they photoshopped a bunch of effects into it, and it was pretty awesome. And there was like an article on Kotaku on it, and it did give me credit, which was very nice, because most of the time people don't. So that was cool. Anyway, so I decided to do a sticker set based on the same theme. And, you know, honestly, I wanted to do multiple sticker sets, because I do want to get around to doing the other characters. But so the first one, I decided to just do Usagi. And here I was just kind of seeing what poses I can use and coming up with ideas. And I did end up using a bunch of these, although not all of them. I wish I had more time. So yeah, actually I can show you right here what they turned out like, because that would be fun. let me just get that sketchbook now. This sticker set is currently on my current sketchbook. So this is what it turned out like. Oh yeah, so this is this sticker right here. How endlessly entertaining to look at, seriously. Anyways, it sucks because every time I look back on the thumbnails, they seem to have a clearer, more pronounced like attitude or something that I seem to lose in my finals, but what can you do? This is just a face that I kind of redrew from that one. Oh yeah, this is the little one with the backpack right here. And there's some Luna ones. I think this one I just kind of drew on the spot. And then this is the big head. And these are all special effects stickers, which is pretty cool. You've got various shiny parts. And this one is like a soft matte hollow. So it looks like it's got a glow. It's a really cool effect. Yeah. Oh. This is the right way. I was planning to do a new sticker set and a new t-shirt design of my character Zero to be like a counterpart to the one that I did before. Unfortunately, I never found the time to do this, which really sucks because I still kind of want to. Maybe I will one of these days. It seems like it's been way too long at this point though, but it's still in the back burner. Couldn't really come up with any designs that I like. This is more like a warm-up page. And I'm pretty sure I was doodling this while I was at a Super Dead convention. But at least, I mean, it was a very productive time, so that's great. Okay, more notes. And I think I had some like sticker ideas right here, but I didn't get around to doing those. Very, very boring. More notes, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, here I started kind of doodling again. These were based on some photos I found on Pinterest. The cutest little girl. I really like that profile. It's adorable. Yeah, this was also from a photo. I was just getting back into drawing with a pen because I think at this point I've been stuck just working for a while. Oh yeah, and I really wanted to do a sticker set to celebrate the release of the graphic novel that I worked on for almost like 2.5 years or something, called Grimoire Noir. Some of you might know about it. I will definitely make videos about that. There's so much I want to say about that entire process, and literally worst years of my life. Not necessarily having to do with the work itself, but the work definitely did not contribute to my well-being at the time. Anyways, that's a topic for later. And these are some more studies over here. And then I do like to do the thing where I'll do a bunch of studies and then I'll just try to like fill out the page like Tetris or something. So yeah, that's fun. I think this is a tiny study from this one account on Instagram. I believe this is it right here. And it's a really cool illustration. I think this girl is a tattoo artist. I really like the switch pose. And then the rest of the stuff I just made up. I do quite like this little sketch here. Just a random person. It's a nice face. Yes, these were some sticker designs that I was planning to do. Again, didn't get around to. Some more right here. I ended up using this idea for one of the Inktober drawings that I did. It's actually pretty cool. I really liked how that one turned out. It was less focused on the face. Most of my illustrations are very, very focused on the face, but this one, it was just a cool idea. Yeah, what's next? Some more studies. Some art block that I had, really terrible studies that I hated, so I just kind of gave up. And then I don't know why specifically. I think I decided that it would be fun to pick like 3 art supplies and to just use those to create a cohesive look. So in this case, it was a purple pen, some sort of light, I think this was like a warm gray Prismacolor marker, and a pink highlighter. And I really love schoolgirl uniforms. It's something that I've loved since the good old manga / anime days of high school, and they're just the cutest things. I still love uniforms, and I love designing uniforms, so just doing some of that. And then I doodled these two girls. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I really love clothes and fashion, so that's something I want to draw more going forward. And so I came up with a couple of outfits, and I wanted to draw them and just experiment what I can do with the tools that I chose to use. And at this point I added like a purple pencil to the mix, which was an excellent addition for the smooth gradients. I like doing gradients using a colored pencil over something like the Prismacolor marker. Yes, my brain is starting to really malfunction. I don't know why. More coffee is needed. Okay, so I used some of these as ideas for my Inktober pieces last year. And then I did some studies. These are I think these are Claire Wendling studies, because she is so amazing with bodies and animals. I just absolutely love her style and her curves and the shapes. I don't know. So much to say. I do Claire Wendling studies sometimes when I have a huge art block, so this is what I was doing. And then I came up with this cute little centaur girl holding a branch. Some more centaur stuff. I was really stuck on that subject matter for some reason. Yes. I this is all like deja vu. I feel like I've talked about this somewhere before. Probably on the time-lapse video for this Inktober drawing that I did. Anyways, some more outfits that I came up with just for fun. I really like doing that. They weren't like pre-planned or anything. I just sat down and wanted to draw some cool little fashion doodles, which is what this ended up being. I like this one quite a bit. I think I want to redraw this outfit on my character Zero, because this is pretty much her color combo. Just a darker skin and white hair. And maybe... Oh, sorry, Zero. Did I say Zero? I meant Sweet. Yeah. And this could be Zero. But she has dark hair. I don't know. I digress. Some more studies. And thumbnails for commissions. So this set of commissions right here, I know you can't really tell what the hell's going on, which is good. This will be a story time video at some point. It's like one of the worst commissions ever. Story time. Yeah. It's a hell of a story. Anyways. Some more doodles of my characters on a beach and just warm-ups. I don't know what the rest of this... Oh, I guess there's still quite a bit. Oh yeah, half the sketchbook is garbage. Oh yeah, at some point I wanted to do the Sailor Moon, draw this in your style screenshot thing, which was what this sketch is. I still want to do that actually. It looks like such a fun challenge, but I never got around to it because I don't know. I guess I didn't schedule it in, and I had so much stuff going on the past few months that I couldn't really do anything for fun. But then I was just stuck on the Sailor Moon thing, so I did some more doodles. Oh yeah, and then my feeble plan for Inktober. Oh yeah, I was gonna do like zombie centaur / fawns. I don't know, I thought it was a really cool idea at the time. Didn't get around to it. These are my Inktober thumbnail doodles ideas. This is really cute. It's like a rabbit instead of a deer, which is actually something maybe I should come back to. You know, sometimes I sit down and I'm like, I don't know what to draw. Like, can't think of anything, and then just start drawing girls because that's the most, like, just the basis of everything is like pretty girls. So I'll just start doodling random poses and I'll get super bored because I can't really come up with anything. And then I'll get nuggets like this once in a while that I should really remember for doodles going in the future, because I feel like that would be super fun to draw, actually. Anyways, this is a really funny one because it's hilarious how the thumbnail looks like this, whereas the final... Should I just take out the final? Yeah, I'm gonna take the... Wow, this is a really long video. No wonder my brain is starting to malfunction. Maybe I should split it into 2 parts. I think I should do that. Yeah, I'll show you guys the final side by side. Actually, wait, no, I already have a video going, so I don't have to do... Okay, I'm just gonna scrap this whole part and cut it out. Just so... Oh yeah, these are the zombies. They were eating like a human arm. I don't know why I thought it was so amusing at the time. Anyways, some more planning sketches for my Inktober's. Ended up using this one for Heijen. That was like a really popular post. I don't really know why. It's a mystery to me. I didn't think it would do that as well as it did, but who knows, eh? Maybe you guys just really like this character of mine. I love her too. She's my favorite. I actually really want to go back to some of these. Sometimes I come up with so many things when I sit around and doodle, and then I only have so much time, so I ended up using like a small fraction of the ideas. I really liked this idea. This one was a lot of fun, and I'm very pleased with the result. It's one of my Inktober's in my very angsty character sock. He's 13, by the way, or like 14 or something. Yeah, and I used both of these also. Yeah, it's always funny seeing the thumbnails being so cartoony and then the finals being so serious. I think I recorded this whole thing actually, and I'll probably put that into a new video. Just some plans and a lot of random research. Oh my god, this is hilarious. It's my cover ideas for my new art book, and just look at this. God, it's hilarious. It's actually kind of similar to what I ended up using for the cover for my new art book. Milk of Melancholy, it's called. God, I can't get over how ugly that little thumbnail is. And the fact that I actually ended up using it as an idea. Yeah, and this is, nobody knows what this is. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to skip over this. Yeah, that's where I was just trying to come up with something else. Like, for this cover, I kind of really wanted to just be decorative mostly. So I spent a lot of time scrolling through Pinterest for ideas and stuff. And I really liked flower shadows on a girl's face. I found a couple of photos like that, but ended up not incorporating that at all because I just went with something else entirely. Oh yeah, I quickly binged the Dragon Prince. Honestly, I was so turned off by the computer animation thing because I'm a huge fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was just kind of scared to watch this because I don't know, this is maybe like a controversial opinion, but I really, really hated Legend of Korra. I think it kind of completely went off the rails, and I honestly thought it was almost insidious because it was like kind of good on the surface. The animation was great. It seemed like it was interestingly told, but I think it was atrocious in a way that it kind of just broke the original universe of the, you know, all the rules. Like, everything flew out the window in that series, and I did not appreciate that. Anyways, that's another topic altogether, but I really liked the Dragon Prince, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was really cute. Had a lot of the same kind of energy as Avatar, and like I really like the honest conversations that the characters have, and yeah, I love Rayla. She's super cute, and I want to draw her in a more polished way at some point, just to do fan art. And yeah, some cats, more notes, more random doodles, some Claire Wendling studies, a little Loish study of an interesting looking face from one of her sketchbooks or art book, one of her art books. I have both of them. I love them. Lovely books. And what is this? Oh yeah, this is when I started I'm currently taking, I don't know, watching whatever the Kim Jung-gi course that he released recently. I will review that for you guys. I will take the hit and review it because it's quite expensive and I already have a lot of thoughts. So stay tuned for that. And I think this is pretty much it. I usually have a bunch of garbage in the back of my sketchbook that just nothing in particular, just notes, you know. So yeah, that's it for my sketchbook. Oh yeah, actually, I have this tape to the back that I ended up never even really using. So these are my characters, Sweet and Zero, and their models, and I would really like to draw them more, and this is kind of like a body type reference that I did, and the face reference that I never ended up using in the sketchbook, so maybe I'll just transfer these sheets into the next sketchbook that I use. And yeah, that's it. If you guys actually sat through all of this, thank you so much. I think I'm going to split this into 2 parts because it is very long and I don't think people are gonna watch an entire 35-minute sketchbook review video. I'm surprised at how much I was able to ramble about this. I don't know. You guys tell me if it was too long or whatever, but I do think there are some nuggets of information in there that somebody might find useful, and overall I just wanted to share what my personal sketchbooks look like. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!